Hello, friend. Joe at the office here. Today I want to talk about creating an account register like a savings book register or a checkbook register. Um, Knowing where your money goes is one of the most important parts of starting your financial independence. Dave Ramsey talks about it in his Baby Steps program. So let's just go ahead and delve right into it. I'm just going to create it from scratch. I created an Excel spreadsheet, blank. Let's get to it. So we'll do a date field, a description of the transaction field. We'll do a debit, and we'll do a credit, and then a balance field so that we can keep track of all information for this account. It's important that before we do the if statement that we skip a line, because the if is going to be looking for a previous balance. So we'll go ahead and just start typing this if statement in. If this is an if and statement. In our previous videos we talked about an if or and the just plain if formulas. This is going to check to see if two logical conditions are correct. So is blank D4 the debit field, and the second condition is blank the credit field. And then if those two are true, we're going to return a null value, which is the double quotations. And if they're not true, we're going to do a mathematical equation, which is F3, the previous balance, minus a debit, which is D4, and then plus E4, which is a credit. Close that. That should work. Oh, formula is missing an operator. Right. So we are missing right here. Second close. All right. So you notice that it is blank. That's a null value because there is no previous balance, or because there is no debit and credit listed here. So before we start typing in to test this, let's go ahead and let's pretty this up a little bit. So we're going to do merge this so that this is one field. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Let's change the font color, bold it, and maybe make it 24. Also, I would like to make sure that all three of these fields are going to be formatted as dollars. This date field, let's go ahead and make it a short date instead of the default. Let's take this third line and maybe make it look like a line, or just a little bit there. And then when we scroll down, I want these three fields to be frozen at the top, so we'll select the fourth row, view, freeze panes, and now when we scroll, those three will always be at the top. So let's go ahead and test how this works. Today's date, 11/28, happy Thanksgiving, by the way. And we're going to say beginning balance is a credit, say $100. Well, we're well on our way to the first baby step, $1,000. And you see how it populates here. Now, there is no formula here yet. We need to propagate that down. So let's go ahead and let's do that. So we grab it with the smaller crosshairs and we just drag it down. And let's go, you can make it as big as you want. This could go on forever. Let's do, say, 200 rows. And then when we scroll back up, each one of these has propagated with the correct if formulas. So let's go ahead and type in, say, another deposit that we made or are making, 12.7, and deposit, and say we're going to put in $200. So now this if statement has figured out that we need to add the $100 previous balance to the new credit. It's $300. And let's go ahead and test a withdrawal. Let's say transfer to checking. And a little bit bigger. Let's say we have to take out $50. All right. Let's also make this column font color red so that it stands out as a debit more. So now you can see that our previous balance was $300. We transferred $50 to checking, and now our current balance on this account is $250. So this is just a quick way to create a register that you can keep track of. If you needed this to be not a savings register but a checking register, you could add a column here, right click and insert a column for, say, check numbers if you wanted to check it. Also, I use this column when balancing. So I look at my bank statement and I see that yes, my beginning balance is there on the statement. Yeah, my deposit is there also on the statement, and my withdrawal or transfer is there. So now I know that my statement matches my current balance in my register, and I'll go ahead and type balanced. Yeah. And so I know I've balanced this. It is important to review your register with the expenditures in your bank statement so that you know no errors are made, because banks do make errors just like anybody else. One of the cool things about using this digitally in an Excel spreadsheet is that say you have bad handwriting, you know no mistakes will be made because you misunderstood your handwriting or somebody else's. So thanks for watching. I hope that you get something out of this. Maybe you can use this in your own pursuit of financial independence. If you got something out of it, please hit like and subscribe, and happy Thanksgiving.